everyone and welcome to my channel. So we have reached the finale of The Boys season 4, and usually I say the title of the episode, but this episode was just called season finale. And I was like, wait, I remember weeks prior knowing the title of this episode, and I looked it up, and yes, it was called Assassination Run. And this makes me think that they changed that because of current events. If you have been living under a rock, you don't know that there was an attempt to assassinate former President Donald Trump. So I'm pretty sure they changed the title because of that. And also, right before the beginning of the episode, they added a disclaimer. I'll pop it up right now, but saying that they condone violence and that the show is fictional. It has nothing to do with, what happened, in the last week. So let's start our little recap. I didn't think this finale disappointed. Yeah, it wasn't the best finale out of all seasons. We had better finales before, but I mean, we got deaths, we got cameos, we got surprises, we got cliffhangers. So I was 50-50 on this season. I used the word lackluster on my last video about some of the episodes, but there were some episodes that were really good. I still think that this season was intentionally a hype up for season 5, which will be the last season. So we'll see if this dragging will pay off on season 5. But let's start with Homelander and Victoria Newman. He outed her on live TV. He told the whole world that she's a soup. And then after that, she calls Huey and tells him that she's out. She doesn't want to work with Homelander anymore. She will step down as VP, and then the boys can carry on with their plan. But that really backfired on her because Butcher, after seeing Ryan kill Mallory, the head of the CIA, he leaves the hospital, goes to find the boys and get a hold of the virus. And there he snaps, he goes full on Walking Dead because Kessler takes over him, and then we see the tentacles come out of his body like a freaking octopus, and then he snaps Newman into 2 pieces. So Newman is gone and Butcher's got the virus. And Ryan, as far as Ryan goes, killing Mallory, is she really dead? I mean, her neck really cracked on the wall, but in the world of The Boys, you never know. She might come back. But after Ryan killed her, I didn't blame him for blowing up because he felt cornered and lied to by the 2 people he thought he could trust the most. And Mallory totally blew it. She blew it by letting her emotions get in the way. I was like, you are the head of the CIA, but she's like, kiddo, I love you. After my grandchildren die, I got you. She was getting all emotional, and I was like, you know what? You deserve to be like slammed against the wall. And they mentioned, Mallory and Butcher, that because of genetics, Ryan is the only one that can take Homelander down. And I thought, well, but what about Soldier Boy? He's got the same genetics. And I don't know why people are so surprised that Soldier Boy is back, he's alive, because the now president takes Homelander into this chamber, and then he sees Soldier Boy laying there in some sort of tube, white snow casket. He's being conserved. And I thought that Homelander was going to say, hi, Dad. So yeah, so I don't know why people are surprised that he's back, because was it the end of season 3 that we saw Mallory putting him in that tube so he can go back to sleep? Also, I saw it coming when Sage in the last episode told Homelander that there is someone that can take you down. There's only one person that can take you down. And in our heads, we're like, oh, it's Ryan. In my head, I was like, no, it's Soldier Boy. I also called out on my last video, I said that they're going to use Annie, not the real Annie, but the shapeshifter, as the assassin. She was going to be the shooter. The real Annie finally, gets off the handcuffs and then saves the day. And they have a cool fight scene between the shapeshifter and Annie, both as Erin Moriarty. Is that how you say her last name? The actress. So that was cool to see, but I thought it was kind of lame the way the shapeshifter died just by being on a headlock. I thought it was going to be something more gruesome. I'm trying to think in a existential philosophical way what that fight meant to Annie when she was saying, like, yeah, I don't know who I am. I'm no hero. And then she kills herself. She basically kills herself. Maybe she killed herself, like her old self, to be newborn, because at the end of this episode we see that she gets her powers back, and the shapeshifter maybe still alive, maybe just, you know, got choked up and stopped breathing, because I don't know, I would like to know who the shapeshifter was. And then Annie has a relationship talk with Huey after she finds out that he slept with the Annie impersonator like 20 times. He proposed to her, they got engaged. So she's so mad at him, and I did not like that. And I was like, Annie, can you be a little bit more understanding? He didn't know that was a shapeshifter. He thought it was you. And then when they have sex, he mentions to the shapeshifters, like, oh, you put 2 fingers down there. That was a bit much. And I was thinking, oh no, poor Huey. He got sexually assaulted again. I would have some like empathy towards him instead of like being so mad at him. So Starlight, I did not like that. Now we go to the Vought Tower with the 7, what's left of them. Homelander's having a meeting with Black Noir, Deep, and Firecracker, who's something is happening to her because all the drugs that she's taking, she's got a fever, she can't stop coughing, something is going to happen to her. But they have a list of everyone that knows dirt on the 7. It's like a kill list. And Deep says, shouldn't Ashley be on top of the list because she knows all the dirt on us? And then Ashley hears that, and then she's like freaking out. She runs, she goes to Homelander's apartment, grabs some Compound V, and injects herself. And I think out of everything for next season, I'm more like the most curious to see what will happen with Ashley, like what kind of soup she'll become, especially because Ashley is the last thing in Homelander's mind, I think. So maybe she'll come back with a vendetta against him, and she would free the boys, because the boys all get they get captured at the end. We'll get to it, but maybe she'll help free them and then join them. So Kimiko and Frenchie finally have their Ross and Rachel moment. They're each other's lobsters. They're talking about forgiveness, that, you know, they have to start forgiving themselves, and they profess their love to each other, and they end up kissing. Unfortunately, that love cloud they're in didn't last, because like I said, at the end, every one of the boys gets kidnapped, and Kate and Sam from Gen V, what a waste of a cameo, I thought. They get Frenchie. Kate gets Frenchie, and then Sam gets Kimiko, and Kimiko sees Frenchie going, and then she starts screaming, and she finally gets her voice back, and she screams, no, no, and I was like, oh no, your heart is broken, and then you finally get to speak. Now we have a newly elected president who was the Speaker of the House. Colin was his name, because Newman is dead, the VP, it's out, and then a video it's released of Singer, the current president, saying that he ordered a hit on Newman. So they think that he's the one that killed her. So he's arrested, and I think who released that video was Sage, because yes, Sister Sage is back. So after Singer is arrested, then, you know, they take on the 25th Amendment. So the Speaker of the House is now president. And he declares martial law. Is that how you pronounce it, martial law? Where instead of civilians following the army's instructions, now the soups are in control. They kidnap all the boys, and that's when we see some cameos. Oh, what's the name? Oh, Love Sausage, the one with the big dick. He's the one that gets MM. Cindy, the one with the bald head. She's almost like a Magneto, I think. She got Huey and Annie, but Annie's powers, you know, she gets them back. So she flies away. She flies to the sky. And speaking of Sage, we know that she'll be back next season, because she says she still wants to work with Homelander, even though he kicked her to the curb. She went on with the plan that they had together, just because. She said, just to see if I could do it. And she says, hell yes, Blonde Ambition. See you next season. What did you think? Were you underwhelmed? Did you like this last episode? Oh, and before I go, I also want to thank everyone that joined me in this journey of season 4 of The Boys. I really appreciate your viewership, your comments, your engagement. Really, really, really Thank you. Who is going to kill Homelander? Is Homelander going to be killed? Lots of questions, I know, but pick your answers and let me know in the comments. And if you like this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and also hit the little bell, the notification button, so you don't miss any future videos. And I'll see you next time.